Hey, Elden Ring is scary.
Okay, we're continuing off of that, really.
Yeah. No, but here's the problem, right? So to go with the Google the YouTube analytics, right? The clicks, the views, right? This is gonna be uploaded first before our other video where we talked about Elden Ring, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So the other videos when we first talk about Elden Ring aren't gonna be out for a while, right? So it's really, so in this video it turns out this can make some sense, but hey, Elden Ring is still scary. Everywhere I go there is death, right?
Yeah, it's just like with From Software, they love their Eldritch horrors, so that's what we get, especially with George R.R. Martin, who has I believe written some wacky shit.
Oh, what do you mean? I'm pretty sure all he did was when he got the script and they added here's what he did, right?
Mm-hmm.
He Google F in Microsoft Word, right?
Right.
He find the word souls, right? Replacement rune.
Okay, there you go.
That's
and
it.
then everything's figured out.
And then he sent that in, and then they're like, "Oh, George R.R. Martin's son. Oh, this is genius."
Jesus. All right.
Yeah. But but you know what? Now that I fixed my character, this game is less scary.
Yeah, because you had like.
Boy, hey, I didn't know that mine had accounts for 2 separate sets. I just thought, hey, all I needed to do was put all my stats into mine, and I called it a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, but turns out when you have 300 magic, right, and you're only doing like 20 damage per spells, 300 magic doesn't matter.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Yeah, so now that I respect my character stats are in like the 60s, right? For intelligence. Holy shit, this game is a lot less scary now because I can pretty much just one shot common enemies as long as they don't have magic resist. Oh yeah, by the way, too many characters have magic resist in this fucking game, and I hate that.
Yeah, because apparently magic is king in this game.
Oh yeah, no, magic is inherently broken once if you deep dive later into the end game, right? The mid and end game of this game, right? Once you deep dive into magic, you can inherently get so broken with magic character.
Oh my god.
Like there's like a item, right, that gives you a free cast.
Well, free cast, like you just cast it whenever.
Yeah.
So wait, is it like a one use per rest type of thing?
I haven't checked out how it actually works. I just know it just straight up because there's you know when you fight Renelia, right?
Renala? Yeah.
Yeah, Renala. She does that beam spell.
The beam spell. Yeah. The whole.
Yeah. So you can get that beam spell in the game, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but the problem is that beam spell depletes your entire magic bar, right? Right, and it only active as it depletes your magic bar, right? And it's a one cast per magic bar, right?
Oh, so it sucks up all your mana.
Yeah, right. But if you have the stupid item, right?
Oh, then it just goes like
it just is infinite. It actually is an infinite spell as long as you hold the cast button.
Oh.
Yeah, so it literally that thing trivializes so much enemies because basically all you do is just as long as you distance yourself correctly from any boss, right?
Right.
And as long as they're not one of those speedy boss like which like Mr. Fast Boy, right? Mr. Death Assassin, right?
Yeah.
Right. And then if you just stay behind them and then you just fucking do that thing, you just one shot them. Like you literally just don't move.
That's actually wild.
Yeah, like magic is inherently if you built your character to be a complete astrologer, right? You can actually break this game with magic. Yeah, so yeah, but the problem is in order to get that item that gives you the free cast, I have to traverse into death. Even though I'm already traversing into death, I have to traverse into what I like to call super death. Into death 2, I would call it, right?
Death 2, yeah.
Death 2, right? The deafening.
Jesus.
Yeah, like because it's located. It's really located like in the deep cut of the game, like not where I'm at right now, which is the plains, I guess you want to call it.
Like the capital area.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's not there. It's like way more deeper into the game. So you know the Hellscape place, right? Candace.
Oh, Caelid or something.
Yeah, Caelid, right? Imagine Caelid, but scarier.
What gets scarier than Caelid?
Oh boy.
That's a place of just death and decay.
See, here's the thing. Caelid is scary because it looks like death, right? So the area where you get the magic cast item, right, doesn't look like death. It looks like a completely normal place until you go in and realize, I can really die here. Right? Because you go to Caelid thinking, oh yeah, this place looks like I'm gonna get stabbed. But when you walk into, in order for you to get the magic cast item, right, you walk in and you're like, the first guy is gonna stab you. That's it.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
And you die?
Yeah. That's like apparently that item. If I want to actually make my character extremely OP, I have to traverse into like into complete death, and it's actually scary.
Well, that's.
And then I actually have to go get the common spell because it's actually I found out it's not a spell I buy. I actually have to fight someone to drop it. So the problem is I don't know who drops it. I need to read it. I need to look into it more. Yeah, but apparently, but for what I read, if you get the cast item, it's a talisman, right? So it's not an actual item that you use or whatever, right? It's like a talisman that just gives you your free. I think it's like your encounter, your first time in every encounter, you get a free cast, right? Yeah. Yeah. It just makes your character extremely OP, broken as fuck.
Yeah. That's
so I need to look into it. Yeah, I've been watching people do that shit. That shit trivializes so many. It's actually insane what they're doing. Like they're just going to dungeons. Like as soon as you go to like a random dungeon and they immediately just cast that shit, and the boss doesn't even step forward enough before they just die. It's actually insane how the temporal beam, the magic beam spell is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I need to read into that shit and hope I die. Hey, just like hope that Batman doesn't die in the Batman.
Oh, thank God we have a segue. Jesus.
We have to. We're finally at the theater. So we can say, oh yeah, by the way, this is live. By the way,
we're doing this
for the first time in like 3 years or some shit. We're finally recording this live.
Not in a proper booth yet, but you know.
What do you mean? We're recording this in a proper booth. The audience doesn't know that, right?
We were literally driving. I'm pretty sure they heard us going vroom.
And that could be the background sound, you know? That could be the ambulance that we put out.
The ambulance that we put out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, welcome to the Batman SPOILERCAST or some shit. I don't fucking know. There's no Wikipedia page. We'll figure that out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Are you actively recording right now?
I know we're just talking about it. We were just talking about Elden Ring because it is definitely the same recording.
Oh, yeah, sure. This is
definitely the same recording, right?
It's not like we recorded right before and then watched the movie.
Is that like we did a preview recording where we talk about the unneeded zinger that we play in these videos?
Yeah,
Went to see the movie, and now we're done with the movie, and now we're talking about the movie.
I swear to God, if we talk over it while we eat, I'm gonna be mad at you.
That has never stopped us at any point, alright?
Sure.
Yeah, hey, you want to read the Wikipedia page or something for this?
You know what, I wish you told me earlier so I could have brought this up so I can have the actual Wikipedia page.
Oh my God, what do you mean?
That would have been nice.
You know the format of these.
No, yeah, sure, but I didn't know you were recording right now. God damn.
Look, we gotta do it while it's fresh, okay?
Okay, no, I get that, but it would be like, hey, bring up the Wikipedia, by the way, we're gonna record in a car. That would have been so simple.
Oh, hey, buddy, you should we're gonna record in a car.
Oh, yeah, thanks, Austin. Anyway, okay, give me a second. You're gonna have to definitely edit this one.
No, it doesn't matter. No, it's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Hey,
look, I'll just say my thoughts. Hey, this movie is unneededly long. It was way longer than I thought. I was trying to figure out why. Then I realized there's just an unneeded subplot. I mean, it's not really unneeded. It's just like.
Are you talking about the whole the romance subplot that we had for Catwoman and Batman?
I mean, was it really romance? It's just like the Selena Kyle subplot, you know, that they just added.
Yeah, but I feel like it's important to build up the relationship, especially because, like, the thing is, the whole idea with that was because Batman was like alone all his life, only ever focused on vengeance, but in talking with somebody on the other side, like he saw things in black and white, but with Catwoman and her entering into his life like that showed him that, you know, there's more nuance, and that and the whole thing also helps to serve like, oh yeah, you know, vengeance, probably a bad thing to go about being a superhero. Hope, however,
that's right. Look, the problem is Batman didn't have a symbol that stood for hope, all right?
I mean, he had a symbol for cutting through police tape, you know. That was more helpful than the
I think what he needs to get is a symbol for hope, you know, right? Right? Like a good thing that can represent hope, you know, right?
Hold on, are we doing drive-thru or are we
drive-thru?
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you see, this is a lot of stuff that you're just, like, telling me off the bat. It would have been nice to have gotten this beforehand. You know what, we have to figure out what we're ordering.
You did it while you read. Here, you...
I can't promise to have all the money. But anyway, so, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so basically, here's the plot synopsis that was provided for us for the movie.
Boy, does the Wikipedia have a full plot summary yet, or is it...
Woo! Yeah, it's a long one. Just
to be fair, it is a 3-hour long movie.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. We might want to pause this.
No. It's all live. All live.
No. I'm not having that in there, man. They have no consent on this.
For your recording?
Yeah.
For your Taco Bell order?
Yes, for my Taco Bell order.
Did you want to edit out that we're eating Taco Bell?
Yeah, well, maybe. It doesn't matter if they know what we're eating. It's not like they know where the Taco Bell is. There are so many Taco Bells everywhere. Anyway, I'm gonna pause this.
Okay.
So do you want to just eat in the fucking parking lot?
No, I have a house. Why would we eat a park? Well, we have a house. We're not some stupid food reviewers where we have to buy food at a drive-thru and then sit in our car and then review it. Oh, what do you think?
Okay, yeah, sure. We're not what's with the face jam? Yeah. I was about to call it food jam for a hot second. That's not right.
Hey, look, why don't we just call ourselves the Michael Jordan Fortnite podcast?
I prefer what did he call it? Jordan ass man spears?
Oh, was it?
I think he made a joke about eating ass at some point. I don't remember.
All right, you want to read the Wikipedia article?
I should.
Yeah. It's recording. Yeah, look.
Oh, wait, is it actually? No, it's not. I paused it, didn't I? It's actually recording?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, as soon as
Wait, did you just sneakily just fucking press play?
Yeah, sneakily play when he handed us our food. After he has, I pressed play.
Oh my god.
When I gave you the bag, when you were, I pressed play.
You okay.
Why do you think I was making conversation?
What? Because you make conversation like a person. That's what happens when you talk to people.
No. If it's not for a recording, I don't talk to people. All right.
Oh my god.
People only exist.
Wait. Did we have that whole bit recorded when we were talking about fucking Face Jam? I swear to God.
Yes. Look, it's been recording literally as soon as we left the drive-thru. We were recording.
Oh my god. All right. So I guess as per usual for you, the audience, so you can follow along or at least know what the plot is. Oh, also, I know we say SPOILERCAST, but if you don't want to hear it, don't fucking listen. But it's definite recommend for me on the movie. But I'm just saying. Anyway, here we go. Here's the plot synopsis. On Halloween, Gotham City, Mayor Don Mitchell Jr. is murdered by a serial killer calling himself the Riddler. Billionaire Bruce Wayne, who has operated for 2 years as the vigilante Batman, investigates alongside the Gotham City Police Department. Lieutenant James Gordon discovers that the Riddler left a message for Batman, but Commissioner Pete Savage berates him for allowing a vigilante to enter the crime scene and forces Batman to leave. The Riddler kills Savage and leaves another message for Batman. Batman and Gordon discover that the Riddler left a thumb drive in Mitchell's car. It contains images of Mitchell with a woman, Anika, at the Iceberg Lounge, a nightclub operated by mobster Carmine Falcone's Lieutenant Penguin. Batman questions the Penguin, who pleads ignorance but notices that Selina Kyle, Anika's roommate and girlfriend, works there as a waitress.
Girlfriend? Was that actually said at any point?
It's a thing in the books, and they don't say it's explicitly.
In the books?
Not in the books. I say books, but I mean
in the comics. I've never heard of is Anika. I thought it was just like a movie character.
No, she's the two have history. She's an actual character within the comics, to my knowledge.
I've never heard of it. I legitimately thought it was just like a movie character they made and called it a day.
I mean, this wasn't old. I don't believe this was old Catwoman shit, but this is more maybe newer Catwoman stuff.
Is this like 52? Is this current era Catwoman?
So just to clarify, I don't know any. I'm not a comic book historian, so I can't say.
Yeah. Don't be like me. Don't be like me in my comic book knowledge.
Yeah. But to my knowledge, I believe it is a newer iteration. I think it might be one of the when they reset it a while back. And they did this because they were making Selina more anti-hero than anything.
Yeah.
Right, and to show that in caring for another individual who goes through the same shit that she does.
I mean, is that why Poison Ivy exists now?
Yeah, I mean, well, what do you mean Poison Ivy?
I mean, isn't that just her and Poison Ivy now at this point?
Are you talking about her and Poison Ivy?
Wait, no. I'm thinking okay, for the last 3 minutes, I confused Selina Kyle with Harley Quinn for some reason. All right, this makes more sense. Okay, backtrack everything I just said. Ignore everything I just said. All right, back to reading.
Okay, so blah, blah. He follows Selina to question Anika, but she disappears. Batman sends Selina back to the Iceberg Lounge to search for answers. Through Selina, Batman discovers that Savage was on Falcone's payroll, as is District Attorney Gil Coulson. Selina shuts off communication when Batman presses her about her relationship with Falcone. The Riddler abducts Coulson, chops the time bomb to his neck, and sends him to interrupt Mitchell's funeral. When Batman arrives at the scene, the Riddler calls him via Coulson's phone and threatens to detonate the bomb if Coulson cannot answer 3 riddles. Batman helps Coulson answer the first 2, but Coleman refuses to answer the third. Named the informant who gave the GCPD information that led to a historic drug bust ending mobster Sal Maroney's operation, and dies. Batman and Gordon deduce that the informant may be the Penguin and track him to a drug deal. They discover that Maroni's operation never actually ended, and many GCPD officers are involved. Selena inadvertently exposes them when she arrives to steal money. As the Penguin flees, Selena discovers Anika's corpse in a car trunk. Batman captures the Penguin after chasing him in the Batmobile, but learns that he was not the informant.
Yeah, in a no casualty car chase, right? No one died during that entire car chase.
They're fine.
Yeah,
They're
perfectly fine. No person died in this movie.
Yeah.
No innocent civilians. All right.
No one was injured.
Only the corrupt died. All right.
Only the corrupt.
Right. Look, like it's like what God always intended. Right?
Wait, hold on. If you say that, was the Penguin never corrupt? Is he an actually morally upright standing citizen?
Hey, if you think we never saw him do anything bad. Right?
I mean, he talks shit and ran an operation.
I mean, like, he was talking shit, right? But that doesn't mean anything. Like, I can talk shit, right? That doesn't mean I'm morally wrong, right? For all we know, could be a Penguin where all he does was lie his way to the top, and he can't escape the lie, right?
Oh, wait, so he came in for a job. He's like, hey, I heard I could be this
an assistant,
an
right?
Assistant, yeah. And then he's like, oh yeah, sure, kid, here we go. And he just finds himself in a crime operation that he has no way of getting out of, and he's forced to work into it just so they can survive.
Right. And then he can't expose it because if he exposes it, he'll get caught.
Oh
right?
my god.
Right. He's like right.
Yeah.
Right, because that was the whole flood, right? Like, because that's what the whole like in the Bible, right? The flood, right? Like, was supposed to wash away all of Earth's sins or some shit.
I mean, people got way too rowdy and woke up the neighbors, and then God was like, I'm done with this shit.
And then he created the flood, right? Yeah. Hey, did you think there was religious imagery in this movie? Right?
Do you think there's religious imagery?
Yeah, you're right. Hey, I'm really glad we finally have a DC movie that gives us religious Christian imagery, right? Something that we don't have a lot of.
What, you mean like in Zack Snyder's Man of Steel?
What? What do you mean? It was just a guy. What do you mean?
Or Zack Snyder's Justice League?
Yeah, what do you mean? It was just a movie about a guy. There was no religious imagery at any point in that movie, right?
Yeah, sure there wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't an obvious Jesus motif.
No, right, look. Remember, it wasn't a lance that stabbed.
I swear to
it was a spear.
It's always the fucking lance.
What do you mean? What lance? It was a spear. What the fuck is this person?
I don't know, man. That's just...
Oh wait. Are you okay? You turn.
She's just old. Don't worry. She's just old.
Okay. You turn. Okay. I'm just gonna assume my kid.
No, yeah, you can go.
I'm going. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
Batman and Gordon. God, she's like so old to be driving that car, right?
That car was older than her.
Oh my god. I don't think that's possible. So, I mean, it had to be like with how old she was. I would assume if it has to be old, like an old car, it'd probably be like a fucking what you call it? Those old automobiles, where their wheels were looking like wheels.
Where you need a crank dial?
Yeah, with a crank dial and everything. Yeah. But anyway, Batman. Continuing.
Yeah. Boy, after that whole weird tangent.
Yeah. Batman and Gordon follow the Riddler's trail to the ruins of an orphanage operated by Bruce's parents, Thomas and Martha. They learned that the Riddler was a resident at the orphanage and holds a grudge against the Wayne family. Bruce's butler and caretaker, Alfred Pennyworth, is hospitalized after opening a mail bomb addressed to Bruce. The Riddler then leaks evidence alleging that Thomas, who was running for mayor when he was murdered, hired Falcone to kill a journalist for threatening to reveal embarrassing details about Martha's history of mental illness. Bruce, who grew up believing his father was morally upstanding, confronts Alfred. Alfred confirms that Thomas asked Falcone to intimidate the journalist, but decided to turn Falcone
You might want to speak. You might want to speak louder. All right. I'm moving the thing. Yep. You might want to exit the car. And keep reading. Right. Right. Willie was trying to struggle out to get out of the car. Yeah. Just keep reading.
Yeah, sure. I had to turn off my phone.
Oh Jesus. Oh God. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Just keep reading.
Anyway,
hello, it's recording.
Jesus fuck, dude. When I thought we were recording this live, I thought it'd be a little bit professional.
No, what do you mean? We are professionals.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like we're both carrying food and drinks and we're walking up to the door right now.
Anyway, so assuming.
Yeah, it's recording.
I'm not doing this again, so I'm letting you know. Selena tells Batman that Falcone is her neglectful father. She learns that Anika was killed because Mitchell told her that Falcone was the informant and resolved to kill him.
Google. Yeah, keep reading. Oh my God.
I forgot.
Yeah. Don't bring dirty feet into the house.
Yeah.
All right, keep reading.
Okay, so where was I?
Informant.
Batman and Gordon arrive at the iceberg garage and trying to stop her and arrest Falcone. but the Riddler shoots him from a nearby building. Unmasked as forensics accountant Edward Nashton, the Riddler is incarnated in Arkham State Hospital. Nashton says he was envious of the sympathy Bruce received after his parents' murder while he was ignored, and wanted to partner with Batman and become a similarly masked vigilante. Batman angrily rejects Nashton. Searching his apartment, Batman discovers that Nashton has stationed car bombs around Gotham and cultivated an online following that plans to assassinate Mayor-elect Bella Real. The bombs are stored at breakwaters around Gotham and flood the city. A shelter is set up in an indoor arena where Nashton's followers shoot Real but are stopped by Batman and Selina. In the aftermath, Selina deems Gotham beyond saving and leaves while Nashton befriends another inmate.
This mysterious inmate. Who could it be? Batman. I hope it's my favorite DC character, stunt coordinator.
Yeah, And Batman aids recovery efforts and vows to inspire hope in Gotham. And that is the end of the plot synopsis.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Alright. I think they put all your stuff in this bag.
Am I putting this here?
I mean, no, don't put it. That is unstable. Just put it at the bottom of the bag.
Alright, I thought this was stable enough.
It's not stable enough. Alright.
Alright, so I guess we gotta get our food in. That's yours.
That's mine. This is my chalupa box, you know.
And this should be
my chicken quesadilla.
Oh my god. I made a mess of this. Pardon us while we eat.
Okay, here's
and gets everything set up.
Yeah, no, okay, let's talk about the movie.
Alright, so because I'm taking right.
Yeah.
Tell us what your thoughts on the movie are.
Okay, hey. Boy, hey, this movie was way longer than I thought it was going. I was trying to figure out why it was going on because there was actually two plot that were going on at the exact same time in this movie, right? I was trying to figure out why this movie was like 3 hours. Like, boy, how hard is it to do a murder mystery, right? Oh, then sometimes you just throw in another plot line, right? Right, involving Selina Kyle and everything, right? Which I wasn't really a big fan of the whole Selina Kyle plot. I felt like that was like, ooh, you could have, this should have been something that could have been done later, or napkins right here.
I'm just tossing the trash down.
Right. I was a whole big fan of the Selina. I mean, I guess you gotta introduce how they meet and everything. But to be fair, this is a lot better, right? That meeting than any other incarnation of how they have these, in terms of live action movie, obviously, because animated interactions doesn't count because those are well done.
What about the ones in what about in Rises, Dark Knight Rises?
I mean, that was very superficial. Like they just met and had like basic, and then they're like, all right, we're friends now, right?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, she was always on the fence, but they were.
It was kind of like the same thing in what's the one with Michelle Pfeiffer? That was Batman's Returns.
Batman Returns. What are you talking about?
The one with Michelle Pfeiffer.
Oh, yeah, Batman Returns.
Yeah, right. Like it's the thing. Like at least this incarnation of Batman and Catwoman actually felt natural, right? But but the problem is, it just felt like, boy, hey, I understand you gotta have them meet so they can bang and everything in the future, right? Right, and hope that in real life they didn't actually bang on the actual Batmobile when after everyone on the crew left, you know.
You're talking, okay, that's a great way to bring up that rumor now, isn't it?
What do you mean? That's just a workplace rumor, you know, so nobody knows, right?
yeah, sure. Even though everyone's talking about it and everything. I mean, whatever they do is their business, right?
Yeah, no, that just I find that real funny, you know.
Yeah, it is hilarious. Just like.
I mean, to be fair, that's like one of the coolest places to bang on.
On the Batmobile.
On the Batmobile.
That definitely is a question. Of the current iterations of Batmobile, like, if you had to bang someone on the Batmobile, who would it be on the Tumbler?
No, that thing is impossible to bang someone on.
But the I think it was a Mustang.
Yeah, I mean, because this is a real car. This was like a real car, and not like some weird super hype. Right, and not like some weird fantasy. I mean, to be fair, the Tumbler's not a fantasy car. It's like an actually that's like real life, but that's like an actual real life military vehicle, right?
Yeah. I mean, no, the Tumbler?
Oh.
I'm not entirely sure. I think that's pretty much just concept art that they did, and it just made it into a thing.
Well, I could have sworn the Tumbler was like a real car that actually existed that they just repurposed. Yeah, but at least this was like a real car that exists for them, right? And it's not like some weird made-up fantasy Batmobile like other Batmobiles where they have to make it like, hey, look, here's a stupid cartoon car.
Oh, like in the original Batman and stuff?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's a little iffy for me because, like, I always like when they make the vehicles, like, look different to kind of fit the motif.
But
And well, like as a vehicle, it was on its own.
This movie is all about realism, right? Right. That's why Superman can't exist in this universe, right? Because he's too fake for this universe, right?
Yeah.
Right. This is a universe where a guy can walk around in a bat costume and get shot, right? Right. But a guy that can fly off the table, impossible.
I mean, technically Batman too.
What? A guy can walk around in a bat suit, right?
Yeah, sure. But I mean, this iteration's going back on the car thing. This iteration's fine for me, I guess. It's just like for a Batmobile, it's not like up to par. But then again, we're also talking about how this is actually a relatively new Batman that has entered into the crime fighting scene. This is like 2 years after his debut.
Yeah.
And you can tell because a lot of the stuff that he does, or like, sometimes when he's fighting, like it'll either be like really fucking cool. And it still is, even when he fails. But like then there's like those moments where he actually like takes a hard fall and you're like, oh, ow. But then like, so it's not like perfect superhero. Again, he's really just learning the ropes.
Yeah, boy, I was bringing like that was the best part in the movie starter feed was when they just show him walking into the police. So I was like, I guess he just does that in this universe, right? Right, because like in every incarnation, like Batman stuff, like you usually wait till everyone leaves, and then he's like, oh, hey, what's up? He appears from the shadow, right? Well.
Yeah, everyone just knows him. And he's like,
yeah, everyone just lets him walk in. Like, oh, okay, yeah, sure.
I did like how they treated Batman in this because he's just like, at least among the police, because it's just like you used to have this kind of like hostility in like Batman Begins, right, where he's showing like where they show, oh yeah, you know, he goes like against like corrupt cops and they don't like him and stuff, right?
Yeah.
But even in this movie, it's also like they're getting like regular cops, like the honest to good.
Boy,
honest cops.
Hey, Gotham has a lot of cops.
The whole police team was fucking insane.
Yeah. I didn't realize how many cops got there. To be fair, this is a city full of crime, so I guess so.
Yeah, I mean, it also makes sense because it's like a big city, you would need a lot of cops. But just that whole scene when he's running away from the cops after he punches Gordon in the face is fucking wild to me.
Yeah.
Because he's literally, it's like hundreds of cops just shooting at him.
Yeah. All located within this police station, apparently. Every cop was just took a break to go to the police station today.
It was fucking bonkers. But yeah, this is like if you read the comics or like if you read any new iteration piece, there was an iteration where there was where Batman is just like, we see his early years and he takes some hard falls. This is about as similar.
Yeah. Boy, like that scene, like the scene with the parachute, really fucking.
Yeah.
That shit was like, boy, that hurt.
Yeah, it's just like because there is a scene when he's.
Okay, by the way, how did he transform to the Batwing? To his.
Oh, it's a glide suit.
Oh, was it? He had like.
No, yeah, because he was suiting himself up with the coat, right?
Oh, I was so fucking confused where that suit came from. I did not understand how that worked.
Yeah, he had a wingsuit, which is actually pretty cool to kind of shape. Because it's showing like, oh yeah, this is how, you know, people would really like, oh yeah, that really is a Batman. Because he.
Well, you think a guy with a magic cape that allows him to glide is unrealistic?
Yeah, sure.
What? You think Christopher Nolan would strive for unrealism, right? The master of craft and realism, right? The guy who created the ability to time travel.
Oh, he created the ability to time travel.
Right. Hey, look, what is it? What was it? Tenet was a documentary, all right? He went out and proved everything in that movie to be real, right? He proved that human cannot listen.
Wait. Are you telling me he invented time travel to film the movie Tenet? Is that what happened? He just invented, like, I want to make a movie about time travel, but how do I do it? Invent time travel.
Yeah, that's right.
Of course.
No, Christopher Nolan's a man about realism. He cannot film a movie if he cannot actually go out and do it himself, right? Right? Yeah.
Do you think? Do you think when he created time travel, he went ahead and visited Stephen Hawking at his party and just told him never tell anyone?
Oh yeah, that Stephen Hawking story. Oh yeah. Also something else. They're like, hey, I'm done with dark gritty Batman. I just want fun Batman again.
I mean,
I hate Batman. Now because they keep making him dark and gritty, right? It's like I just want fun Batman, right? I mean, there's nothing wrong with dark and gritty Batman, but
it's just we have too much of it.
It's just too much dark gritty Batman, right? Why can't someone just make a fun Batman film already, right?
I mean, that's not his niche at all.
No. Yeah, there's too many great Batman films out there for it.
Look, if you wanted a fun Batman, we have a fun Batman.
Yeah, Batman the Brave and the Bold.
That too. I was kind of talking about Adam West's Batman.
Yeah, that's true. The best Batman.
Mm-hmm.
Uh huh.
And I mean, like that's all enjoyable. But this is this is a Batman who is entering into the crime fighting world, very new and very much like. You know, it's the way he introduces himself. He's like, oh yeah, I use fear as a tool of vengeance. You know, he's very much like not for criminals, right?
Yeah.
He's for like for the innocents as is his thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So this whole movie is basically a Well, okay, so we had Batman Begins. We had the Dark Knight trilogy.
Yeah.
That was basically, I mean, at least for the most famous one, Dark Knight. That was basically a
realistic Batman,
like a crime thriller, realistic Batman.
Mm-hmm.
This was more mystery horror thriller with some horror elements, really. Because God, Riddler is actually kind of scary in this one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like they really went into the direction of how he is unhinged and just like he is like he doesn't look menacing until he starts acting. And then you're like, oh God.
Yeah, but I think Dino. I think that's the Deno.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty fucking good as a villain.
Yeah.
Especially as a Riddler. It was impressive, and it's just like, it is honestly fucking horrifying. Just how, like, especially when they gave, like, they let him show his face, and he really starts acting. I'm like, this is a man unhinged, and I am scared.
Yeah.
You know? And, so, you know, acting very good on Paul Dano, you said?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sorry. We really shouldn't eat while we're recording.
No, it's fine. That doesn't stop us.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my food's in there. Just
Is it?
I saw a chicken quesadilla in there.
Oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's it is a long watch. I will say that because this is yours.
That's yours. Oh wait.
I've been drinking out of mine. Okay, no, I mean I'm drinking this. I don't really care. But yeah, sorry, where was I?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to remember where I was. The acting is fine.
Yeah.
The acting is really
I enjoyed
good.
the acting.
Robert, like, everyone is pretty much, I swear to God, I still don't understand how Colin Farrell is the Penguin. I really don't understand.
Yeah, no, he goes into that role very well.
Yeah, he disappeared in it. I could not for the life of me, like, recognize him at all. Like, literally, tell me afterwards, I'm like, really? And then it's wild.
Yeah, like, the reason I only knew it was Colin Farrell, right, was because I knew it from the cast listing, that's it. Like,
that was it. You're like, that's Colin Farrell? And then like, oh shit. Honestly, they did a really good job, at least in like in the performance and like in the what's it called, in the makeup department, I guess, to really like get you into it. The movie's appropriately dark and gritty. The
cinematography in this movie is extreme. There are so many good shots in this movie.
It is a visual splendor. I really enjoyed watching it, and it's just, oh, excuse me.
Yeah, the amount of shots in this movie were actually, I was actually impressed by the amount of like well done shots.
You get a lot of,
especially all the shadow shots when you're like, right? I think the best shot for me that really got me was when the first time we see the bat signal, right? We have Gordon comes out, Gordon just standing there not center frame, but like 2/3 of the. Like on the right, and you're just saying like, yeah, he's in front of. Then you see Batman walks out there like the shadow of the. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, and it's just like, well, that's Batman for you.
That's Batman. Yeah.
So you also do get to see him do his famous disappearing tricks, although they happen more in moments of urgency. So you're like, yeah.
Yeah, it just happen more like comedical moments, right? Like when he was in the. When he discovered like the plan to.
I mean, that wasn't so much comedic, but more. I mean, it was a little funny because the officer turned. Because like this is when in the big reveal when Riddler's like, "Hey man, my plan isn't done."
That's right. I'm gonna get a bunch of boys who stays in their cell all the time, right? Who are inside in their basement, you know, right? A bunch of boys that just stays in their cells, you know. And we're gonna show the city, right?
Yeah. Also, Riddler's just to get back on the Riddler for a little bit, he does have a very They use him in a very interesting way, and like because a lot of the film, like at least for in the Batman, they have it so that they have like the Batman and the Riddler are sort of like reflections of the other, where like you get like Bruce Wayne who lost his parents, and he's like told like he has money, so he's fine technically, not counting the emotional trauma that he went through, right?
Yeah.
And seeing his parents die. But then we also get
that was also my business. We didn't see them get shot. I need to know Batman's origin story. Okay. I need to know what happened to his parents, alright?
His parents died.
I need to know how. I've never seen it depicted on screen.
Hold on. Like, we saw it like 3 times.
I think every single time they do a Batman movie, his parents always get shot.
Wait, are we talking about also like in Batman Returns and like in the sequels for that series?
I mean, no, every time there's like they reboot a Batman.
Every time they yeah.
Right, because we saw it in the original, right? We saw it in Christopher Nolan's. We even saw it in the Zack Snyder. Like, oh fuck, right?
Yeah.
I need to know how. I need to know what happened to Thomas and Martha Wayne. All right. That's why I'm so confused about Tom Holland's Spider-Man. What happened to Uncle Ben? Where'd he go? Did he just one day leave? Is he gonna come back? What's up with him?
Who knows, man? I can't say. But the mystery of Thomas and Martha aside, though, right? So they act as reflections against each other.
Yeah.
And Edward Nashton, the Riddler, right? Most people know him as Riddler, so I'll state him as Riddler. Riddler basically grew up in an orphanage that was forgotten by the system, and so he suffered under the system. And basically, it wasn't until like he saw Batman, like, oh, I could be like him.
That's right. Symbol of change.
Yeah, I could be a symbol of change for good, but his brand of good is obviously very terrible. But yeah, so this is kind of where Batman kind of sees, it's funny because this thing is they're so similar to each other, right? But there's a hard and fast. It's like probably it's also kind of trying to probably show us where like how like the one rule that Batman lives by is the only thing that really separates him from the criminal.
Yeah.
Right? Because a lot of the whole thing is just like. And with the like, you see the thing where
I forgot Lego Batman movie. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh, the Lego Batman.
Yeah, there we go.
Did they go over his origin in that one too?
I don't think so. Well, that's what I was thinking about. I was thinking, we haven't had a comedical Batman in movies.
It's Lego Batman.
Yeah,
that's all you need.
Yeah, that is really good though.
But it's just like you had the where in the beginning you're shown like how Batman's very obsessively just writing down notes in her journal and everything. Yeah. How he's just like focusing and watching and just like planning and everything, right? So you get all of that, and then you also get the same thing with the Riddler, where he's just very observant and meticulous, and he's just like waiting for the opportunity to like make a move and everything, and and he'll also write down journals and notes and observations and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and it's just like they also have this thing like I've noticed, especially around towards like the end of the film, where he just like they have this thing where it's just like where Batman they really focus on the eyes to just kind of like really show you the difference, like especially like with Batman and the Riddler.
Right.
Batman is just more, he's just like calm and composed, and he's just like you see how he takes things, where he just sees how everything is like he sees the people and he sees how his actions affect them. Where Riddler, he doesn't really look at people, he kind of really just focuses on himself and just really doesn't really he doesn't give any regard to others. Right? He's only really focused on himself and on his own shit and his own pain. But yeah, I thought that was a really nice observation on how they reflect two characters and how like they really make the Riddler a worthy adversary for the Batman. Because in this, like, the Riddler basically technically not really. His plan goes through, but his plan fails in the sense that what he was trying to do is basically like, hey man, everybody remembered Bruce. Nobody remembered me. I was just a lonely orphan. But now
I think it's really good that they had the role as a better villain for us, right? Because they wanted, that was the thing about this. They wanted to show more the detective side of Batman, and there's very few villains that Batman goes off in terms of like mental straight. Right?
And it's literally like the Riddler that would probably be like,
the Riddler's like the most easy basic, like all of his other mental straight villains doesn't show up till like way later in his life, like Hush, Court of Owls, like none of those characters don't show up till like way later in his career. So it makes sense for like the Riddler to be like a stepping stone to show his detective skill, right?
Yeah.
Just show his growth from there.
Yeah, and it shows like how Batman is actually really intelligent and smart.
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't just like he was like he was very early on in his crime fighting career, but he just basically technically lost this one against the Riddler, but also very much won in how he decided to go about like helping people. Again, this is a film where Batman is just in his early years, was like focused on vengeance, on avenging his family and everything. And then of course we learn later on that his family was they were involved in some stuff, and then they're partly responsible for this. Because again, because there's this whole thing about the renewal plan and how like Thomas Wayne did want to help the people genuinely, but like there was a porter who worked for a crime boss who just like tried to get dirt and tried to destroy Thomas Wayne. And in that moment of desperation, in trying to protect his wife and family, Thomas goes ahead and then he goes to, I believe it was Falcone, right?
Yeah.
He goes to Falcone to stop the reporter, who, and then Falcone of course kills the reporter. And then he's like, oh, I'm gonna tell the whole world, and then that's what leads to the assassination of Thomas and Martha Wayne.
No.
But it's also like this whole bit about like how Bruce finds out is also kind of important, because again he's seen a lot of the world in black and white. He was basically like, if you're a criminal, you're a criminal, right?
Yeah. Hey, he should have traveled the world, all right?
Oh my, yeah, he should have traveled the world instead of learning under Alfred's guidance.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yeah, he should have trained with Jesus at some point, right?
Oh my god. He's like, hey, I heard you are a master in all things, Jesus. Teach me kung fu. And he's like, I will teach you all that I know, my child. But Jesus fu. Okay, no, I'm not gonna get into it. But shit, I'm trying to remember where it was. Fuck.
Before that, training.
No, Alfred was trained. Oh no, yeah,
Alfred.
no, I remember.
Alfred.
So Alfred was basically saying, hey, your father did this, but he did this out of desperation, and he was a good man. He just made a mistake. And it's like this is an important conversation, because the thing is, you had like earlier moments where Batman was basically because he's working with Selina, and he's telling her, Selina, you have to focus on them, on these guys, but she cares more about her friend and stuff, right? And he's in that moment, he's very much like, he's kind of in that black and white morality type of thing, where he's just like, no, focus on the criminals, there, what's important. While he kind of forgets about Anika for a hot second, right?
Yeah.
But with that talk with like, and it's like, this is kind of like the turning point where Batman starts to be, he starts to really kind of loosen up, and he started to like regain more of his humanity, as we'll talk about that with Selina later too. But it's that point where he starts to really just start looking at other people and start seeing the consequences of his own actions and what he does around and everything too. Because a lot of this film is just more or less, he's always focused on like getting the criminals, but he doesn't really help people. People also fear him, because he's a creature of the night. Nobody's really certain on what he's about. It isn't until like he learns by the end of the film, through Selina, through Alfred, through the people that he helps save and in who he fights, that he really starts to learn like, yeah, I need to start changing my ways and everything. This is again a Batman who's moving from vengeance to hope. That's essentially what this film is about.
That's right. That's because that's what the city needs.
Yeah, it is what the city needs right now.
That's right.
Yeah.
No, don't worry what's going on in the background.
Okay, yeah, sure. Oh, you're gonna just start playing Elden?
I don't know what to talk.
Did you put this in fucking sleep mode and left this on?
Yeah.
We were gone for 3 hours, my guy.
Yeah, I mean,
3 hours.
Yeah,
that's a 3-hour movie. Anyway, this is basically Batman finding his humanity again, right? It's basically what like Batman versus Superman should have been if it was just focused on Batman.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like and you get this whole bit where like the just to get into the more how Batman gets his humanity, and why I think it's really good, is because a lot in the beginning there's a scene where he's just talking about the criminal element and how he uses fear as a way to just like control the criminals, right? And so, yeah, you're too high. There's a bridge right there for you to use.
I didn't see the bridge. I thought I could make it.
No, oh my god. Anyway, so, in the beginning, he just beats up the criminals,
Yeah.
and they were all basically like what
Street
looked like
thugs?
street thugs. They look like kids, right? And so there's that one guy where just one kid who was an initiate who just kind of runs off in fear, and Batman doesn't really care about him. But then there's the guy he was trying to save, and this guy, instead of thanking him for saving him, he's scared, and so he's just like, please don't hurt me. And so Batman just looks at him, and he just kind of like looks at the signal and just goes away. So it kind of shows how like he just really didn't like, while he's doing this out of good intentions, he's kind of lost himself in this, and this whole story is supposed to bring him back to is supposed to bring his humanity back.
Is that him?
Right?
No, that's not him.
No, that's not Wormface. Remember, he's at the tree. It's probably him over there, actually. Right there.
Oh.
Yep. Nope. He really blends in.
Oh boy,
that's Wormface. That's Wormface. How much damage do you do? Not a lot. Okay, no, you did more.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, don't worry.
So anyway, continuing on, you get this whole bit where yeah, okay. So Batman doesn't care in the beginning, but as the mystery and the murders and the whole story starts to unfold, he meets Selina, where they meet as like she's robbing someone, who's in connection to who's in connection because Anika is a character who is with Falcone. Who basically she's a working girl, right? She has she rough life and everything, right? But she knows too much, right? And so she is later missing, and then she's not missing yet. Selina goes to grab the passport so that she can get Anika out of the city, which leads to her disappearance and whatever. But that's how Batman and Catwoman first meet, where she's trying to help her girlfriend. I want to say it's girlfriend, especially because she calls her baby and stuff. But it's just the way that Catwoman and Batman sort of move on with each other was like it makes it a bit unclear. But there could be actions to explain it that way. But yeah, Catwoman kind of comes in. They're adversaries, or they meet that for a little bit. They very, very, very much quickly establish like the sexual tension.
Yeah, boy, that was really
literally. As they're having this fight, you get a moment where Batman is just is right on top of her, restraining her, and it's like it's seen as a kind of like a sexual tension.
Jesus Christ, that's a lot.
Because that's the only way I can explain it, because it's just like it's which is their position, and then but they make that very clear that there's a thing that's happening that begins to happen right then and there. But they're both mired in the plot, and then they both get to know each other because they both Batman is trying to look for the for who's responsible for the murders, while Selina or Catwoman is looking for whoever took her friend away. And so that's how they start to work together, and that's how they start to know each other. And
oh my god.
She after that she disappears for a bit, and then Batman's in his vengeance cycle and shit. And then
Told you I do a lot. Told you.
Shit.
Told you.
That was like the easiest shit.
I told you, yes. I told you what's... So he has the tears. Okay, that's weird. Yeah, anyone at the tree has the tear.
No, I thought it was like just Earth Tree appetite.
It's any tree, folks.
Okay, but so that happened. So the plot happens, and then they get back, and he's just like, They talk more and more, and they start to connect more and more, and it's like do this where they start to genuinely care for each other, especially by the end, and it's a way to kind of like soften Batman up, and then having him to learn him learning about what she's gone through and then what she had to do to survive. It makes him more understanding of her, and then more
there's a golden seed
more
here.
Understanding, or a lot more lenient to, I suppose, people and criminals in general. We don't see him being lenient on criminals. Just FYI, it's just like there are moments where it's just like he's looking at someone, especially by the end, he's just kind of seeing like people for the first time where he pays attention.
Yeah.
And
there's a golden
so that helps to really start turning him around, and then by that point you start they start doing this thing where the Riddler and then the people that follow him start being, or again, that's when the reflection comes in, where it's just like he sees how he sees himself in the Riddler, and he sees himself in other people, because they start because for one, the Riddler comes from a very similar situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then
What's this? Oh, there it
and
is.
then you get like you get a criminal where he beats the absolute ever living shit out of when he almost kills Selena. He starts looking at him once he says, when Commissioner Gordon unmasks the guy, he's like, "Who are you?" And then he's like, "I am vengeance." It's the same line.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah, it was his opening bit.
it was his opening line. Oh, well, I say opening line. It was his opening line when he was on screen, and so he sees that and he starts to be like, "Oh."
Yeah,
I can see how I'm more like them than I would have thought.
Mm-hmm.
But in helping other people, and because he was like, and this is where the eye thing comes in, where it's just like he's looking at people, there was a kid who lost his father in the beginning.
Yeah,
so it's very much an emotional thing.
Oh,
for
it's
him.
a scary. This is
Right?
a scary town full of people
And
want to kill me.
like he always tends to just look at the kid, right? And they just they have this connection, and so by the end of it, he's the first one to trust him. And so, especially when he starts to help out, and when he starts like actually helping other people, when he starts just like, oh yeah, this is how I gain my humanity again.
What's that on the door?
That's a reef, I think.
Oh.
Some red leaf reef.
Can I touch it?
Probably no, you can't. That feels significant though. Like if you were to like look up the lore or look up the lore, that feels like it would be significant.
Oh, but space is scary.
Everything is scary in Elden Ring. What are you talking about? Anyway, so he opens up his he starts to like open like someone trusts him, the kid, and then everyone starts following, and that's when Batman's like, oh, I'm gonna stop being for vengeance and start being for hope. And I'm not doing a proper explanation for this, or like you really should watch the movie.
Yeah,
because it is a good movie, but like. I don't mind the runtime. I do feel it's a little long because you really start to feel it by the end of the movie.
Yeah, boy, I was really feeling by the usually 2/3 of the movie. That's why I realized the movie was still going on. I thought it was just gonna end like after they caught Riddler. I thought I was like, all right, that's it. Then just I was like, oh nope, I have my own. There's a quote unquote. Here's the real third act now.
Yeah. It's because they make it seem like, oh yeah, it's ended, but then there's another thing.
Yeah, then just straight up he's like, hey, yeah, by the way, there's hey, look, I like God, I am gonna wash away this city's sin,
Yeah,
Which was really out of nowhere. I was like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like the seawall thing was just like, this was not at all
that's
that.
Don't build a city near a seawall, alright?
I don't know, man. Apparently that's how they want to build cities now. They block the ocean so they can live on that land. Yeah, I mean the thing is, it's I will say that whole bit like with the seawall came out of nowhere for me. I was just like, wait, there was a seawall?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like it felt like if this was pointed out in some way.
It was hinted at earlier.
Yeah, because it's just like there's some like that's like probably the only thing I'm really annoyed with other than the runtime, because the thing is. Again, cinematography, acting, and the story is
like I really enjoyed this movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie. It's just it's long. It is a good bit. And it's legitimately 3 hours of your life you have to give up. I still say I recommend it, but it's just like just be aware that you're gonna put in some time with this movie, and then you probably feel it by the end of it. Again, for me, that's not so much. That's fine because it's like I don't mind so much. I watch Lord of the Rings the extended edition like as a thing because I enjoy the movies a lot. But it's just kind of how it goes. I'm sorry, I was checking something.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is long. But I mean, otherwise, I don't really have any complaints about it, and especially because they do like. There's probably going to be a sequel because they do set up characters and then future storylines and stuff. But it's a really nice transition. I mean, like, it's a good movie where you watch Batman transition from anger to more giving hope, or like rather than just like feeding into his own anger against other people and stuff. But I mean, I like the movie a lot.
Yeah, I actually enjoy it.
I think it's a really, really.
Really think this is like my favorite variant of the Batsuit we've seen on screen. Because I hated every other Batsuit up until this point because they always felt really dumb.
Well, you didn't like the Dark Knight suit?
It's still like even then, like it still felt too comical. Like this one feels like more like this is why I call it the fucking Marvel effect of every god, where it's more not materialized, militarized, right?
Oh, where they're trying to ground it in some form of realism.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
So
Because like even the Dark Knight suit was still kind of cartoony, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the Dark Knight bat.
Oh my god. Do you think he has a bat?
Actually, no, wait, the Dark Knight Batsuit was actually way more modern. Okay, never mind. I was thinking of the Zack Snyder Batsuit, where it was really cartoon.
He looks really bulky and stuff.
Yeah, right. It was like really just like cough, right? Yeah, like I really like the fact that. But like this one still looks very like the Dark Knight is still very bulky in a way, but at least with the Batman's Batsuit, it still looks more like it's like that good line between cloth, like him just wearing like a cloth suit, like how like how Zack Snyder's Batsuit, like other past or like Adam West, to like more material. Why did you say materialized? Militarized Batsuit, like Christopher Nolan. It's like that good in between, right?
Do we talk about all the foibles or I say foibles, but all the accidents that happen with Batman and his stunts?
Yeah.
We talked about Batman jumping off a building, and then he was looking to land on the bus, but ends up hitting the overpass that's over the bus. He hits it, and he just has the roughest land. Like, he's slipping away.
Yeah, boy, I was amazed he did not. I mean, I was expecting to die. I was like, I thought it was gonna be a way bigger repercussion for that, but nope. It's like, okay.
I'm gonna be honest. I thought Alfred was going to die.
Yeah, I actually thought that too. That they were gonna kill off Alfred right away.
Yeah, I'm just like that'd be but no, he lived, and he plays an important role later on.
Right, to revealing stuff, you know, right?
To reveal.
Oh, look, wait, you don't want Alfred to reveal the secret of Batman through a letter instead? How'd you feel about that? if Bruce Wayne found out the secret from a letter instead, right?
It's just
like
he writes a letter and he puts it into like an unsealed envelope. It's like, when you're ready, and then he dies, and like, okay.
Now I'm ready to
now I'm ready to read it.
Now
it's
like, boy, has it still been? Let's check. Holy shit!
Yeah,
still
they have not.
Still,
they
wow!
Have not.
No one fucking cares.
We don't need to mention this bit, but oh my god.
Okay, nobody.
Nobody cares.
Nobody knows what it is. So
yeah, nobody would need to know. But But yeah, there's also like I love this bit where he's just like
oh yeah, I forgot. There's one thing I forgot. I know I'm saying a lot of stuff I hate, but that's because I'm only nitpicking the stuff I hate, because anything else I'm not saying I actually love. One of the things I hate about this Gotham City is too rich.
It's too rich?
Too rich. No. When they went to the Gotham Square, I was like, this city cannot afford these LCD fucking television screens to just fucking put in the middle of the city, right? Gotham was supposed to be...
No, here's the thing. It's not for the average citizen. It's for the mobsters.
Oh, okay? You're
right. Those advertisements are for the mob, all right? Mm-hmm. They own that.
Oh, they own they own Times Square.
Yes, they own Times Square, which is really weird. I didn't think I would expect a Times Square kind of thing.
Yeah, like I said, like I've usually seen Gotham just like a cityscape, right? Yeah. And not like an actual, pretty much New York City. Like it was just that really took me out of nowhere. Like, it's just New York City at this point.
Yeah, honestly, but hold on, the point I was trying to make is that like when they were going to reveal the Mustang, right? Mm-hmm. They had this like there's a shootout and it's all cool and shit. Mm-hmm. When you're watching it, you hear like the rumble of an engine, right? And in the dark you see lights pop up and you see like the lights pop on. There's like fire from the
good reveal.
Engine, right? And then the blue fire from the back. They're really showing off. It looks really good, right? And then he tries to go for press down on the gas pedal, and it kind of stops. And it's like, I'm pretty sure he forgot to switch it into another gear, because it's showing clear that he can switch gears in that car. He just said it's like, oh, he forgot to switch the gear, and then everyone starts running, just like, it's like, get the money, let's get the fuck out of here, and the Penguin just fucking goes.
Yeah.
And then of course that's when Batman is like, oh, I'm switching to gear, and then goes. Which is really funny, but it's just like it's.
Wait, have you fought her yet? Is she a story-based villain boss fight?
She was in the opening credits.
I know you actually fight her in the game, but I'm not.
You can?
Yeah, but I wasn't sure if she was a story-based or you actually have to go find her.
I feel like you might have to go find her.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
That's the thing, because a lot of the bosses, what they want, like the thing is, I think it's like they don't say outright, but like there's like I went through Godric and then I went through Renala.
Yeah.
And then after getting those 2 great runes, they told me, go to the capital, go talk to the queen.
Yeah, I think she's in the mountains somewhere.
Yeah, but I think the idea is that like once you get to Renala, you should just grind out all the other dungeon bosses around the area, then go to the capital, which is probably how they have it.
Yeah, which I've not been doing. I'm just trying to. Where is
You've
she
just been discovering everything.
Yeah, where is she located on this map?
Have you looked up her name?
Was this Melina? Melon?
Melina? No, Melina's the not waitress, the maiden.
Valkyrie. No, they share the same name.
They do?
Yep.
Okay. That better not be a story spoiler, I swear to God. Which it could be. But if there's a story spoilers, don't tell me, okay?
I don't. I don't know if there's connection. I just know they share the same name. That's it.
No, yeah, but like the thing is, just because if they share the same name, there may potentially be an actual connection.
Yeah, but I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's a fact. But yeah, they'll have moments like that. Again, this is a fresh Batman. It's really fun to see. But the action's very tight. Again, you'll like the scenes that you see in the movie or in the trailers, pretty much like very fun to watch on the screen. I love the car chase. Although part of me wants that car chase to be longer, or because the thing is, it's exciting, but I feel like it didn't reach as exciting as it could have been. But it was pretty fucking fun regardless. But not a lot of. There is action, but it's just more. It's more like Batman sussing things out and just trying to figure out what's the end goal here. What is happening? You know. And seeing him work as a detective, especially working with Commissioner Gordon, was amazing.
Yeah.
I loved it. Gordon's a bit more like he is in charge. He's trusted among the police, but he's a bit more he's more like Batman's sidekick before he actually gets sidekicks. But he's really cool to just fucking watch and everything. And it's just like Commissioner Gordon's still like a great character.
Yeah,
he's still a good person. And just watching him do this shit is.
Yeah, I really like this incarnation of. If I were to put this in my list of Commissioner Gordon, I would put this as probably in my top 3.
Yeah.
Top 3. My number 1 Commissioner Gordon is still the Harley Quinn incarnation. Where he's just a drunk psychopath at this point who's tired of everything.
Oh my god.
Where is she? She said it's north of here.
But yeah, it's a fun movie, and I do give it a recommend. I think at this point, because we're running a little bit long, I'm gonna end it. At least my thoughts on it.
Yeah. I don't really have to say like I said, I really enjoy watching this. It's like really nothing. Like I already said all my negative bits, right? Were just like random nitpick stuff, right? Like I said, one of my favorite things. I think the music. The music, the cinematography, and the sound was very good. I think there was only like one scene where I had trouble hearing. Right? It was when It was when the music was playing when some guy was talking near the end.
There's a lot of that. Oh, you're not talking about the Joker scene?
No, not the Joker scene. I can't remember where it was. I think it was when they were taking Falcone out. Around, he was yelling something, and I just couldn't hear what he was saying.
Oh, is it when they were taking Falcone out and then he got shot afterwards?
Yeah, it was like something around that. Or I think it was around within that area. I can't remember at what point.
Still didn't expect him to be in this movie, by the way, to become a.
Yeah.
John Turturro, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, he's in this movie. Just by the way, I didn't expect it. He plays the role well. Don't get me wrong. It's just that I really didn't expect him to see him in this movie. Sorry, excuse me. I think that's the one other thing is the music. No, don't get me wrong. I love the Batman theme. It's just that a lot of the music here, and again, the music's fine. It works, and it's memorable, and I like it. But it's just like, if I had to choose between Michael Giacchino or Hans Zimmer in terms of like who did the best Batman soundtrack, I think I'd go for Hans Zimmer. Now, not to say that the Batman theme isn't memorable or anything like that. But it's good. It's just I prefer Hans Zimmer to more. It sounds like there is a quiet heroism in Michael Giacchino's music, but in Hans Zimmer it's more prevalent, and it's not a quiet thing. It's like right there, right in front of you, and you're like, yes, the music really gets you into it.
This guy sucks. It doesn't even have this thing does not show you where to fucking fight her.
Yeah, but for this one, the music's fine. I just think it could have been a lot better.
Is this spelled with an E or?
It might be just pretty personal preference.
Okay, this is okay.
Okay, but yeah, that's it on me.
Yeah, okay. Let's see. Oh, is it? Oh! No wonder. This map doesn't show. This strip doesn't show a spoiler. That's why. Oh yeah. So anyway, yeah. Besides my final thoughts, like I said, I feel like this one could have been cut down.
For sure. Yeah.
But by the way, hey, once again, we were talking about Chekhov's gun earlier. There was an actual Chekhov's gun moment earlier in this movie when they were on the rooftop. Right? There was just he just randomly shot to the guy. I was like, oh, is he gonna pick up the gun and shoot Selena? No, nothing happens. I was like, what the fuck was that shot?
They showed it there, and I'm just like, is something gonna happen with this? And they're like, nope, ignore it. I'm like, you know what? I appreciate this because the kick I wasn't exactly expecting. Okay, I was expecting her to go for the gun, which I think is the point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I was so confused. Like, oh, okay, so
yeah,
wow, this
it was a straight up fake out.
Yeah, I was really weird with that. Okay, yeah, so apparently this is like an entire secret region of the game.
Oh shit!
That this map doesn't even show.
All right.
That doesn't even put any data. I was wondering. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, I enjoyed this movie. Like I said, I feel like the ride could definitely probably been cut. So like you can definitely. I mean, it's like real minor nitpick cuts. You know, like just cut down a scene. Right? Hey, you know what's the funny? Do you know what's the funny part? I was watching this movie, right? Like once again, this is just comic book nonsense, right? Mm-hmm. Someone has to clean up that. Someone has to wash away all that paint on the floor later, right? When he was doing that, I was like, I mean, I understand the sentiment of this scene. I guess like somebody was like, boy.
I'm like, it's just. Can you imagine where after?
Right, because I assume Alfred knows that he's obviously Alfred, but I don't think the lady, the maid.
My God.
I don't think she knows. Well, do you think she's gonna walk in like, what the fuck's all this? What's with this murder? Father of my sins. What's all this?
No, yeah, actually, now that I think of it, she's like. This is random woman who I don't know if she's in the comics or not. She's this old lady who's around with Alfred, who's
right. Yeah, she was just a maid in the building. I was so confused like who this lady was. At first, I thought she was like just like an employee from
I think she is
from Wayne from.
I think she is an employee, but it's just like she's probably like been the head maid. For
but she just randomly into Wayne, man. I kept getting so confused by her inclusion in this.
No, yeah, they don't really establish her. They just have to like a lot of in that bit. They're leaving the audience to assume that she's just. An employee, but yeah, her inclusion was just like
her inclusion was so fucking weird in this movie.
Yeah, I was just kind of like, oh, okay then, but hold on, I'm trying to remember. I forgot where I was going.
Yeah, and then there was another scene where it was like the Riddler had too much time. Going back to I'm just doing minor nitpicks at this point, right? It's dumb shit, but the movie is fantastic. I love this movie.
You know what? That would have helped actually if they cut down like in terms of runtime, if they could just shorten a few seconds of any time the Riddler was on, because like they had these long shots on the Riddler where it's just like they're focusing on him to really sell the creepiness of it, and it works. But I'm like. Could be a little shorter.
There was a lot of shots where I said that one of the funny shot was like when Batman finally answered the cell phones, right? You could clearly tell it was a change of day, right? Do you think the Riddler was at the phone the entire time? It was like call failed, repeat call. Then he was just sitting there waiting all day for Batman to pick up the phone.
Oh my God!
This is like stupid comic book shit. But no, you could remember it was like when Coulson.
Coulson,
right?
Yeah.
Like he breaks he gets run into the funeral, right? To memorial, right? And he has the phone and it's ringing, right? You see right away it's ringing, right? Yeah. But then they do like an actual scene shift, because it was like the middle of the day. Right, like definitely early afternoon, and then it cuts to like evening, right? And then the phone itself was like, boy, do you think I had to that the room was sitting at the phone the entire day, just kidding?
For like straight up, like probably just an hour, just sitting there, just praying.
I think it might have been just like 2 hours, honestly. Probably
1 or 2.
Yeah, it was really funny how the phone came, like, because it got me thinking like the Riddler must have been sitting at the phone all day, just kidding. Call back, ring, call failed. Do you want to leave a voicemail? No, call back.
Yeah, honestly, can you imagine if he just had to talk through voicemail?
He accidentally recorded a voicemail. Like, okay, oh man.
I would have loved if he got annoyed and she's like, listen here, you little shit. You have to go through my riddles and you'll do them now.
Yeah, all right. I have to go somewhere after this, you know.
Oh, do you think he just like at some point, if the Batman ever shows, like, all right, fuck it, and just blow his head off? He just doesn't want to be bothered, just doesn't want to clean up. Oh, you know, that reminds me. I just remember what I wanted to say earlier. Do you think after Alfred came out of the hospital, he had Alfred clean everything up? He just had him it's like Alfred, you're a father to me. Clean this shit up for me, please.
Can you go buy some spray paint removal?
Yeah, get some bleach, some wood.
Yeah, right.
We have to get rid of all this.
Yeah,
shit.
right. And also get some wood grain, because I definitely spray painted I use white on a black flooring, so this thing is definitely gonna stay.
Yeah.
And we might have to restain this. That was like the funniest part. Like I was like, at least expecting from just like because I saw him move the table, right? Mm-hmm. I thought, okay, he's just gonna clear everything out and use the big table as like a big bored, right? No, then they start spray painting the floor. Like, what is this? This is your own house. What if someone comes in? Because we saw the maid lady. And
I keep thinking she's gonna come in and just be like, "Hey, what the fuck is this?"
Yeah, it's like hey, she comes and brings something. She's like, "What's this?"
Yeah,
like,
honestly.
Yeah, like I mean, it was just that these are just like really minor random nitpicks.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't like that they introduced the Joker already. I kind of hated that.
I kind of wish they didn't either, because I'm like, okay, we've had enough of the, like, don't get me wrong, Joker's a fun character, but please go to some other villains. He has Clayface, my guy. You're literally setting up the Penguin for the next movie.
Clayface is unrealistic, you know. Right?
Clayface is unrealistic.
But a psychotic clown serial killer, realistic. You know?
Okay, yeah.
Right,
sure.
yeah, I just didn't like that he already. I would have liked it better if it was just like
another villain.
No, I feel like it was more subtle. Right? Because I was like, oh, he's just talking to some guy. Like, who's this guy?
If they weren't so obvious about it.
Yeah, right?
As soon as he starts,
At first, like, as soon as they show Arkham Asylum, and I was like, as soon as they showed talking, I was like, oh, this is 100% Joker, right?
Yeah.
Then I was like, yeah. But then I was like, or it could not be Joker, right? But as soon as he started doing it, I was like, oh, okay, never mind, this is 100%.
Yeah, as soon as he laughs, like, that's Joker.
Yeah, that's right. I really feel like they should have suddenly done this for introduction to Joker, right? I mean, there's nothing. I mean, the Joker is like the second moneymaker behind Batman, obviously, right? So of course they have to do. I was kind of annoyed that they already did it. I would have wished that they saved it more later, right? Or did something else, like so it wasn't obvious right away with the Joker, right? Like once again, going back to Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight, was like how they set up Joker in Batman Begins, right? Like all the way at the end, right? Right, I wish they would have done something more like I don't know, like maybe have like the Riddler like doing folding laundry, and then because you know in prison how there's like prison libraries, right?
Yes.
Right, and then just have a guy come in, like give him a book, like here's a new laugh for you, and then walk away doing a laugh, right? Like something like that, like something way more subtle than like, boy, that's a real Joker mode. I was gonna wait for him to say, hey Joker, hey Riddler, you know that's just the society we live in.
Oh my god.
Right, you know.
I mean, you know, Zack Snyder did accomplish the meme, so it wouldn't be so far of a stretch to see him say that here.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would have been helpful. I would have preferred another villain. Like, because honestly, we literally get nothing out of the other villains. Like, we had Joker is basically a definite. We had Penguin, Catwoman. We had.
I mean, Catwoman's not really a super villain.
Okay, no, I'm talking about previous iterations, but like, I'm honestly just waiting for like a new iteration of Mr. Freeze or Poison Ivy or any of the other Rogues Gallery.
Look, I don't trust any Mr. Freeze if he doesn't make ice pun. He needs to make the ice pun.
Oh my god.
And his dead wife. Look, as long as he makes ice puns and his dead wife, that's all that matters.
Hey, we'll kill the dinosaurs.
My dead wife. My dead wife is a dinosaur. All right.
Why would you say that?
All right, I think that's it.
Yeah, please.
Okay, all right, you're done?
Yeah, okay, I'm done.
All right. Hey, boy, well, what a great in-studio recording, you know?
Yeah, sure.
Live in-studio professional recording, right?
This room.
Yeah, right, with the ambulance and everything, right?
Yeah.
Right? You want to tell everyone you're a Taco Bell order before we head out?
Yeah, it was Doritos Locos Tacos.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay. All right, that's it. Coronavirus is fake. Wash hands, wear a mask. The booster's a thing now. Get your shots. Okay, thanks, bye.